2019 is just around the corner. You know what that means. It means planning. So I start my planning about a month ahead. That means right about now. So join me on the other side and we're going to talk about the best practices for you to start off your year better than ever before. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Luz Gonzalez and I am your peak performance coach. I work with the most ambitious professionals to help you thrive, rise, and excel, to take your personal and professional life to the next level. In today's video, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite things in the whole wide world, and if you talk to anyone that I know, they're gonna say that this is true: planning. Ah! There should be like angels singing. I love planning, making lists, just like getting ready for an incredible year. I have an entire wall that's like a wall of planning. So we're going to be talking about planning, and we're not just going to talk about any sort of planning. We're going to be talking about planning for an incredible start to 2019. So we're going to go through just three quick tools that you can use, that I use in my own life, that I share with my clients, that will ensure that you are ready for an incredible 2019. So let's start. But actually, before we start, a couple of things. I was not able to publish a video last week. That is because of the campfire smoke. It affected me pretty badly. Feeling pretty sick, got a big old sty. I didn't even know what a sty was. It felt to me like it was like the slice of a grapefruit on my face. Anyway, so I made a video where I said, I so appreciate all of you. Thank you for, being here with me and for creating this platform where we can strengthen our relationship. And I just really appreciate you, each of you. And second thing, you probably noticed, so yes, my hair is looking a little bit different. I had a little hair adventure where I actually did this myself. I like it. Okay, on to our planned talk. So we're going to be talking about planning for 2019, and we're going to be going over 3 things that you can do to plan for an incredible 2019. So number 1 is pick a theme. Every year I have a theme, and so again, I take about a month for planning, and so this is very much top of mind. I'm starting to think of like, okay, who am I committing to being in 2019? What's most important to that 2019? What are my hardest goals? What skills do I need to learn? Like, all of these things come together to lay the foundation, the groundwork for what I will focus on and what I will say no to for 2019. And so at the big picture scale, and I will do a different video where I talk about these assessment tools that can be really helpful for yourself and for your team. But anyway, for the Myers-Briggs, I am a high N, which means it's the intuitive. But really, it's just the bad explanation of what it is. It's not like that you're intuiting it. It's just like you're a big picture person. So I need to start with big picture. And so every year for the last, many years, I have chosen a theme. And so a theme can be one word or a couple of words. I would really ask you to limit it to a limit, like maximum 3 words, but really think about 1 to 2 words that encompass who you want to be, what the year is going to be about. For me, this year I had 2 words, and I usually go for 2 words. So this year for me was adventure and vitality. This year felt like it was just gonna have a lot of movement, a lot of change, a lot of action, and for me, in terms of my values, adventure is just critical, right? Like I need variety, I need movement, I need challenges. And so I wanted to be intentional about bringing in something that was really critical to my happiness, to my well-being into my life, that being adventure. And the second one was vitality. And so, vitality for me means having the energy to show up to your life, both on a physical level, but also on a spiritual and emotional level, where you are at the top of your game. And right, I'm a peak performance coach, so this is sort of stuff that I think about and act upon and coach on every single day. And so I knew that for me to really bring my best to 2018, vitality had to be really high on my priority list. So high that it became one of my theme words for 2018. Now 2019 is coming up and I have been playing around with my words. It takes me some time to, because these are going to be the words that are going to represent your entire year. So I would recommend for you, give yourself some time, like, this weekend or when you have some extra time, go somewhere and journal what would be really meaningful, or what would add richness, or think of where there are gaps in your life. Where do you actually need to focus? What do you need to bring into your life? And think and see in your body. Check with your body. Does that feel like and by checking with your body, what I mean is you're gonna have sort of like a gut reaction, and you're gonna be like, yeah, this feels good, or you're gonna be like, no, this is not the right theme. And so for me, for 2019, one word is definitely gonna be love. 2019 is gonna be the year of love, and I'm thinking potentially service, or for me, action and just movement is really important. So maybe I'll add some sort of component. But so far, it's gonna be love and something else. And I usually do like to go with 2 words. And so that's the first step. Pick your theme or themes for the year. And I would ask you to limit it to maximum 3, but really best would be 1 or 2. Step number 2. After you have figured out the theme for the year, I really want you to think about what is critical for me to achieve and to become. Who do I need to become in 2019? Now, when you think about who you are choosing and deciding to become in 2019, I don't want you to only think about 2019. What I really want you to do is I want you to think of, who do I want to be at the end of my life? Who do I want to be in 10 years? Write down your vision for who you want to be in 10 years. And then understanding who it is. And this is the work that I do with my clients, right? Like, we go way more in depth, and there's like a bunch of other exercises that we do. But we've limited time here, so I can't do all the things with you. But think of, who do you want to be in 10 years? And then you're gonna backwards plan to say, okay, if this is the vision of who I'm committing to becoming, guys, rather than just like happening into life and just rolling through and letting life happen to you, let's be intentional. I want you to think about, who would I be so excited and so proud to be in 10 years? I want you to think of someone you really care about. Maybe it's your children. Maybe it's, somebody in your family, your spouse, your grandmother, a mentor. Think like, who would I want to be for them? Who do I want to be for myself? And I don't want you to go small here. Well, I'm never, ever going to tell you to go small. I'm the go big coach, right? So I want you to really think of, if I were at my best, if I really used all of the gifts and the potential that I have inside of me, and I really went after it and lived my best life, who do I want to be and become in 10 years? Then you're gonna backwards plan, and you're gonna think, okay, if this is the 10-year plan, well, what do I need to start doing next year? Who do I need to start becoming? What sort of skills do I need to start gaining? And so, doing that sort of reflection, I want you to think of 4 goals. These are going to be your yearly main goals. What you're gonna do is you're gonna find 4 goals. And the reason that it's 4 goals, with my clients, we usually go by 3s. But with these goals, since it's your main goals, and these should be hard goals. It shouldn't be like an easy, like it's done already. These should be goals that require you to grow into someone that you're so excited and proud to be. And so the reason that it's 4 and not 3, it's because usually you're gonna have 2 to 3 that relate to your professional life, but I want at least 1, if not 2, of your goals to be associated with your personal life. Because again, and I'll talk about the life wheel in a different video, you need to be well-rounded. I don't care if you're a CEO, CTO, but like these are the people that I work with. But when you don't think about the other aspects of your life, I don't want you to get to a point where, sure, you have the corner office, but you are super unhealthy and your relationships suck. I want you to really thrive in your life, not just in your professional career. And so you're gonna have 2 to 3 professional goals for the year and 1 to 2 personal goals. And so one of my goals for last year, it was running 50 miles, right? It was like my hardest goal. But what it meant is I would have to become the sort of person that would have that sort of endurance. It meant I would have to eat really well. I would have to strategize and be super organized about my workouts and like find the race, like all the things. And it feels so good when you are being intentional about the person you're growing into and then you're choosing to become. So you're gonna find your 4 goals that are gonna be your overarching goals for the year. And these 4 goals, and also your theme. So what I do, and I think I've shown you guys my my very intense planner before, which I basically created myself. Well, not very much customized. So it's a super intense system that I have where I do monthly assessments, I have monthly goal setting, then I have weekly goal setting, I have weekly questions and intentions and little quotes. I wrote these in that remind me of who I want to be and who I've committed to be in my life. And so you have your 4 goals and your theme. And so for me, we can see adventure and vitality is right there. And what you actually see below that are my values. So again, I've been super intentional about who I am choosing to become and who I'm choosing to be and how I choose to show up to every single day. And I mean, this is something that I expect from each of you if you want to live an incredible, just amazing life, right? So I want you to take your theme and I want you to take your 4 goals and put it like somewhere big in your room, in your office. I want you to be reminded every single day of your theme and your 4 goals. So again, I have my wall of planning. So on my wall of planning, I have a really big poster that has my top goals for the year. I have a beautiful candle that has the themes for the year on it. It's one of the electric, so it's never gonna burn off. And then finally, so there's different ways that you can do this, but this is my recommendation. This is what I've seen to work best. I want you to then break down your 4 big goals into just like basically backwards plan. I want you to think of like, what do I need to do, not on a quarterly basis because quarters take too long, and I want you tracking and I want you measuring every 2 months. So I want you to think for, like, what are the specific milestones that must be met for me to get to these goals? What does success look like? You guys are probably familiar with OKRs. I want you to OKR each of these objectives, each of these goals. And then I want you to find your key results. I want you to find your specific, just like key results that need to be true, your milestones that need to be true for you to achieve that top 4 goals. And then I want you to think of what is it gonna look like for me to, get to this basically ahead of schedule. And so I want you planning in 2-month sprints. So for my startup people, and I work with a lot of startup clients, you know what sprints are, but basically a sprint is a chunk of time during which you have to complete some sort of objective. And so what I'm recommending, and what you might hear from other people, is when we do quarterly planning, what I'm saying here is I want you to set really hard goals. And this is what we do with my mastermind. So if you want to join our mastermind, just go to my website and you can join another group of peak performers who are actually being intentional and have my guidance as we go through this. So every 2 months, we set really big goals, and every week they are tracking their progress on these goals with a custom-based tracking system that we've created. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna set goals. Every 2 months, I want you to do an assessment. I want you to say like, what do I need to do to reach my top 4 goals? And then on a weekly basis, I want you to be checking in on your goals to see how you're doing. And that gives you enough time. 1 month is like a really short period of time. 2 months gives you enough time for these bigger goals that are more aggressive. And then on a daily basis, I want you to be checking in against your goals. So we have gone from the super big to the super small. We've gone from a theme for the year to having your 4 major goals, which include professional and personal. We've then have sprints, 2-month sprints, during which you are doing your goal setting. And then finally, you're going to be doing, what I do is with my clients as well, is weekly goals that speak to the 2-month sprint. And then you're doing daily assessments and daily goals that are checking in with the weekly goal. So there we are. Hopefully that will give you more tools for you to be super ready and super excited for this upcoming year. We do have an event. We're doing a retreat here in Berkeley on the 22nd of December. Don't think the date should change, but if you are on my social media, which I will link all of that stuff below, go to my page and you can sign up, and I would love to see you there. We're gonna be doing this sort of stuff. We're actually gonna be doing this in person. We're gonna be doing vision boarding, we're gonna be doing yoga, we're gonna be doing energy work, we're gonna be doing, both taking care of your spirit and your mind, your emotions, but we're also gonna be doing hardcore strategy, visioning. You're gonna be doing visualization. So these are the sorts of things that I do to prep for 2019, for the upcoming year. And if you join us, you will have an opportunity to be part of that entire process. And people in the past, they left crying. They were just like, oh my gosh, this was so amazing. So I'm gonna wrap things up. I am so excited for you to be intentional about how you're planning for this 2019, and I know you're gonna make it the best year of your life yet.